morning. Happy Monday. It is about 10:15. I just got out of the shower. I'm not going to show you my face because I was doing a mask because my face is all crazy. But I am getting some barbecue beef roast in the crock pot. So I just put, as you saw, just a ton of barbecue sauce. And then I put some balsamic vinaigrette. And then a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And I think I might add some more barbecue sauce just because you want this to be really juicy. So, and then just cover it. Get on low all day. So good. We put it on rolls for sandwiches, and yeah, it's just really good. But I am going to put this stuff away and then put my face on so it's not so red and irritated looking, and kind of get started with my day. Decided to pick some tomatoes because there's a lot of them. I think it's coming down to the end of the season as well. Oh my gosh, I always sit on this and it's soaking wet. Okay. So I went to go check the mail, and it ordered this sweater off of Jane.com. I don't remember reading or seeing anything about this little like bedazzled sequence stuff on it, and I'm not sure how I'm loving it. Let me take it out of the bag and let me see it pulled out. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was like pink too, like pinky colors. I don't know, I feel like this looks really cheap, and I don't know. I mean, it was like $20 for it, but I feel like, so that's pretty cheap for a sweater, but I feel like this is like $2 cheap. Yeah. Not so excited about this. I don't know, maybe on it looks better, but I'm not a bedazzled person. Like, I don't like bedazzled sequin stuff all over my shirts. And the colors are just weird to me. And they're like exactly, the camera's picking them up correctly. Like, it's the purple and it's the red and green. And it's not like a, I mean, I should expect for a $20 sweater, it's not going to be, it's going to be so screen printed and not the best quality, but whatever. Sometimes like Jane.com and group deals and websites like that are a little tricky because they seem like a great deal for really cute stuff, but I sometimes think it's better to pay more for something that actually is going to have better quality and last longer than to pay less for a bunch of little cheapy things. So, I don't know. It's kind of a bummer. So earlier I was doing something which I very rarely do during the day, and I was watching some TV. I was actually watching some like old reruns that we have recorded of that show that's on TLC right now, Who Do You Think You Are? I love that show. That's just such a cool show. And this season, I feel like especially, there's been some really cool stories coming out of it. And if you haven't heard of it, basically that show is about finding out who the actors or actresses, these celebrities on the show, who their ancestors are, and kind of helping them find out like a story. And it's like obviously sponsored by Ancestry. So I love that show because one of my biggest, it might be considered like a nerd hobby, is doing genealogy and my family tree and stuff. So whenever I watch that show, I like get inspired to kind of check out my tree, and I have a lot done. I work on my dad's side of the family because my aunt kind of started doing my her side, like my mom's side of the family, years ago after my great-grandfather passed away. He had started a lot, and she has found out a ton since then because she's really good at it. So I just always been doing my dad's side of the family. I've been doing it for several years now, and I found some really cool stuff about it, but it's really cool. And another thing that helps me with that is my family. A lot of my family, not a lot, but there's like a number of us, my mom's side and my dad's side, who have all had these ethnic DNA tests done, which basically just tells you like what is in your ethnic DNA. But then, see if I could pull it up. I don't know how much I could show you guys, but it like tells you your ethnic DNA, and it also matches you up with other people who have taken the test and with their DNA, like how you are related to them. So I'm going to just show you a random page on here of people. So like right here, these are all people I don't know, but I matched to them, and you can see like it shows me like how I matched to them, like second to fourth cousin and whatnot, and the percentage of our shared CM, whatever that means. And then these are like names of last names. So like this one, for example, I think this is new. Is it new? No. See, it has all their like surnames that they have in their family, and I can see that there's one match to mine, and if I wanted to, I could contact her and see, like, compare trees and stuff. So it's kind of cool if you're like really into that, and I am. To me, it's so interesting to figure out like your family story, because I feel like it's not more than just finding out like where you're from and what the names of the people are that are in your family. But like when you really get into it, you can find out like the story behind them, like why they moved here and why they moved there, what they did for a living. And along the way, you can also find that there are some similarities between like your distant ancestors to people in your own family. Like for example, I recently this spring found out that we are related to Daniel Boone, and he's actually, I forget the number, and I think it would take me too long to pull it up, like the number times great uncle he is, but his sister is my great grandma times the generation amount, so that was really cool, because there's a house in Kentucky that is built on a property, and it's still existing. It's like a touristy type place now, that was given to one of my great grandfathers by Daniel Boone, because it was land that he surveyed. And that was my great-grandfather who was given that land. So it's like really cool. And then they have like this biography on the website for this house that explains who this guy is. And he sounds so much like my brother and my uncle and my grandpa and my dad. Like if you ever met them, you would totally like feel like, oh my gosh, you guys are like frontiersmen. Especially my uncle. He was a mountain man for many years. And my brother has always wanted to be that kind of guy. And he's very adventurous, but he's very poetic, which was how they explained this guy's personality to be, this great-grandfather of ours. So it's really cool like that. And I know this might be really boring to people, but this is just a side of you that you may not know. So I find it interesting, and I love looking at it, but with that family tree DNA, I wanted to share with you guys. So I have been contacted by 4 people now that we've matched as cousins, and the first one I actually figured out really quickly, and we are related through my mom's side of the family. The second person actually contacted myself and my dad, because obviously we both are same DNA from that side of the family, and very quickly figured out that side of the family. And actually I already had that side of the family done a lot, but we were able to confirm that this lady and ourselves, we were like cousins of some kind. And then I was contacted by another person. Actually, the night of my anniversary, I checked my email and I saw that he, says there were cousins of some kind. I still haven't been able to solve that, which is a mystery, which is kind of fun. I've been trying to figure it out. I know it's through my dad's side, because my aunt, my mom, my grandma have all had their DNA tests done, and he doesn't match, but he does match on my dad's side. So I'm trying to figure it out, which is really hard because I don't know of any family that lived where his family lived. So it's kind of tricky. But just 2 weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago, somewhere around there, my mom kind of takes over my dad's thing, like his DNA gets sent to her email. So she forwarded me an email from this guy who says he matches with my maiden name, which is the line that I've been stuck on forever. I had an idea of who the family was, but I wasn't for sure. And then with that, just long story short, I was able to see quickly that he was related to me through the side that I've always thought, but I never knew. But now I have DNA proof. And that was really cool. And then he was like, well, since you figured that out, well, could you figure this mystery out about this one person and this last name that people say? And haven't been able to figure that out. So because it's only been a week or so and I don't have a ton of time to do this, but it's really cool. And if you guys are into family history, let me know. Or if you ever like want to get into it and you have questions, like you could private message me, because this is like my thing. Like I love talking about. Some people are like that with like books or I don't know, knitting or whatever. Like this is my thing that I like do on the side it's always been interesting to me since forever. I also have a grandma she's passed away a few years ago. She was adopted, and she was able to contact her mother's side of the family. Her mother had already passed away, but her cousins and her aunts that were living at that time. And she never could find her father's side of the family. But I was able to quickly, after acquiring her documents that she had, find that whole side of the family too, which is really crazy. So it's really interesting. It's just fun. And that show, like every time I watch that show, it inspires me to like open up my laptop and to, hop onto Ancestry and like just figure it all out, because it's kind of cool. It tells a story about like who you are and who your family was, and how they came to America. And a lot of my family have been in America since before America was America. So that's really cool to kind of see that they were like the founding, fathers may not be like in the way of like they're in the history books, but in their own little part, So it's kind of, well, that was a vlogging fail. I haven't vlogged a majority of the day since I got the kids home from school. I don't even think I filmed them at all, and now they're in bed. I was just thinking I need to grab the camera because my dog is auditioning for the circus. Now he's gonna play, as soon as we walk out of the room to like put the kids to bed or whatever, he like freaks out. So he had this is his box for his toys, which never are in there. He was balancing on top of it. Show us, what were you doing? Can you do it again?
What was he doing?
Balancing on top of that.
Like standing on his hind legs?
No, just his whole body on this. Huh. Can you do it again?
Is that serious? Is that true?
Artica needs to put her stuff in her folder. Her backpack.
Is that serious?
Yeah, are you supposed to be going to bed? Good night.
Yeah.
So we've just been busy with like family stuff. The kids are already into homework, and so like family stuff and just like cleaning and that kind of stuff. And I just completely slipped my mind about vlogging, and so yeah. So obviously today's vlog is really short, but of course I'll try better tomorrow and all that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.